Hey, give up. What's happening, man?
What's up? This is another episode of the Nosebleeds podcast. I am your host, Theater Prince, better known as Davian Jackson. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TheaterPrince. This is episode 2 of season 2 of the Nosebleeds podcast. Today we're doing something a little different. My guest host wasn't able to make it, so I'm here solo dolo. We're going to see how it worked, but bear with me. If you have any comments, make sure you leave a like, comment, or anything under this video, and just let me know what you think about the topics I'll talk about. And if you want to be on, if you want to be a part of this podcast, hit me up either on YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. Hit me up, or Facebook. We have a Facebook page. If you ever want to be a guest on the show, let me know, and you'll be able to be here and talk sports with me. So let's dive in today, man. We're going to still talk about some football. Football is fresh. Football is back. And it's one of the happiest times of the year. We just started fall, so you know football season is going to get real good around this time. I wanted to start today's podcast about talking about the power rankings because, you know, as it stands, I just don't understand what they're thinking or what they're looking at because there's a lot of teams on there that's above teams that they lost to, and I'm just trying to figure out their logic of putting certain teams, you know, certain places. So and this episode is not gonna be a long episode because I'm by myself, so I ain't got nobody to talk to, talk back to, so we don't have no banter. But however, I'm still committed to get an episode out to y'all every single week. So we gonna make sure this happens, whether it's by myself or with other people with it. So hey. But here stands. You have Tampa Bay at number 1, Kansas City at number 2, Baltimore Ravens number 3. You got the Rams at 4. You have the Bills at 5. You have Packers at 6. They just updated this actually. 49ers at 7. Browns at 8. You have Seahawks at 9. You got the Cardinals at 10. I'm also look at the ESPN one because I think that was a little different as well. Let me see. Yeah, so the ESPN, that was NFL. The ESPN got a rating as Buckers. Tampa Bay at 1, Rams at 2, Chiefs at 3, 49ers 4, Bills 5, 6 Seahawks, 7 Cardinals, 8 Browns, Baltimore Ravens 9, and the Raiders 10. My problem with that is what are we ranking these teams for the end of season, or are we ranking these teams for week 3? And it's not. And honestly, I had a conversation with a couple people, and they was like, "Well, you're just only thinking about it because the Cowboys are." I think Cowboys are 13. I'm like, no, I actually like Cowboys at 13. I don't think Cowboys should be in the top 10. I think 13 to 15 is where Cowboys need to be. Cowboys still got some stuff to work on. They look good, but they still have a lot to work on and things of that nature. However, I do not think that Tampa Bay should be number 1. That's my first thing. The reason why I say that is because Dallas only lost by 2 points against Tampa Bay. And then Tampa Bay's defense also almost allowed Atlanta to come back. They came back within 3. Now, granted, Matt Ryan is terrible, so he threw 2 pick-6 in the last quarter or so. But I think the most impressive undefeated team right now would be between the Rams and the Raiders. Oh, and the 49ers. The 49ers had a good 2 games as well. I feel like Cardinals is up there. I think Cardinals should be up there some more too, but in my opinion, I think for vying for 1 spot is Rams, Raiders, and 49ers. Because I think Tampa Bay did struggle a little bit, but that's not so egregious to me either, because I understand why you put Tampa Bay first. I understand it. I truly do. However, what I don't understand is how for ESPN's ranking, you have the Kansas City Chiefs at 3. The reason why I don't like that is because you have so many people in between them before you get to the people that just beat them, which is the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, they won by one, but the thing is, they still won the game. So I don't think you can, in my opinion, I don't really think you can put the Chiefs over the Ravens at this very moment due to the fact that they just got beat to the Ravens. So my question is, I guess, is to all the writers, because I know it's writers from NFL.com and ESPN. ESPN do their own power ranking, and the NFL do their own. So I think it's 81 writers for ESPN, I believe. And NFL, I think it's about 90 or so writers that compiles their power rankings. But I just don't get it. It don't make sense to me. And if you get it, please leave a comment, leave anything, because I have no idea why the Baltimore Ravens is number 9 and Kansas City is number 3. I just don't get it, because you have undefeated teams that can beat 3. Yeah, I just don't get it, because you got 49ers at 4. They could have been 3. You got Cardinals at 7. They could have been 3. And you also have the Raiders at 10. They could have been 3. The Raiders look amazing. They look amazing. They beat Big Ben, and then they also beat who they play first? The Big Ben. Oh shoot. Let me look up their schedule real quick. Raiders schedule. Oh, and they beat the Ravens. So my thing is, and on top of that, so the Ravens are also over the people that beat them, which is the Raiders. So I don't get what's going on. Like I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. I think they need to get that together, because I mean, now after you get after the 10, I understand the rankings. I get those, and I don't think any of the other ones after 10 should be in the top 10. Now, granted, you have the Broncos and the Panthers that are still 2-0, but I think the strength of the people that they've beaten, that's the reason why they're after 10. But I just don't get those teams like the Raiders that's all the way number 10 when they've beaten the Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers. Granted, both of these teams are really good, really solid teams. I think Oakland and Steelers are a rival, so they beat the rival, Big Ben. Then they beat one of the MVPs of the league, Lamar Jackson. So I don't get why they're 10 when they're 2-0. They haven't lost yet, and the Ravens are 9. I don't get that. Also, I don't get why the Kansas City Chiefs are number 3 when they lost to the Ravens. That is number 9. It just don't make sense to me. I wish someone would make it make sense to me, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. But that's neither here nor there. I guess, I don't know. But we just need to figure out how we're gonna move forward with all of that, because it just doesn't make sense to me. The power rankings, it's kind of stupid to me. And that's just me. That's just me. Huh? But moving forward, actually we had some pretty decent games last Sunday and this week. A lot of nail biters, a lot of back and forth. One game in particular, one topic in particular we talked about last week with the panel that I had. We asked, was Cardinals that good? And the other question we asked was, the Titans a fluke from last season? I want to answer both of those questions, and I think I have the answer. I think Cardinals are that good. Cardinals are a solid team, defensively and offensively. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I graduated from DeSoto High School, and Kyler Murray used to do the same thing he doing to these grown men, to the high schoolers at my school. So Kyler Murray, it's great to see him doing the exact same thing he used to do to my team. It makes my high school team. It makes me feel a little bit better of what he used to do to us. And their wide receiver core with DeAndre Hopkins, D-Hop, and AJ Green, and a running back core, and they have a nice O-line. I think they're gonna make. Of course, they're gonna make the playoffs, and I think they'll make a run. Do I think they'll go to the NFC Championship? I think that's a little too soon. But then stranger things have happened. I do think Kyler Murray will get him one year. We don't know how far along, or I think they have the pieces to do it. I just don't know if I don't know. But I think they're a great team. They have a great defense. They have a great offense. And I think if they stay healthy, I think there'll be something to be reckoned with. Moving on to the second part of that question, Tennessee Titans, were they a fluke? I don't think they were. I just think first game jitters got them. I think that they had to get their mojo and get some chemistry between the quarterback and the wide receiver core, with the addition of Julio Jones on the other side of AJ Brown. This game showed me against Seattle. This game showed me that this game showed me that this is Derek's team, and King Henry can do anything he would like to do. It was very, very scary to see that man run his life away. Because the thing is, he literally, this is not figuratively, he literally put the team on his back and brought them to overtime, and then ran to get them to kick the field goal, put them in field goal position to ultimately win the game. When I tell you, I don't know. You can't put Derrick Henry in another person, or what this person reminds you of, because I've never seen a running back this big. Literally, he's bigger than his O-line, like taller than his O-line. He's bigger than half the defensive D-line people that you see. And once he get past those, you'd be hard pressed to try to get him on the ground if you're a cornerback or a linebacker, because he's bigger than linebackers. If you're a safety, he's not scared of you guys. If he's not scared of the D-line or people that's bigger than him, why would he be scared of y'all? Man, when I tell you Derrick Henry is a man amongst boys, it's not funny, man. And he almost single-handedly beat me in fantasy, because I'm in the fantasy group, and my opponent, he was losing by, I think, he was losing by 20, and Derrick Henry scored, I think, 44 points fantasy-wise. So he was up by, like, I think Chico was up by a good 12 points. But then I still had Aaron Rodgers and TJ Hawkinson, so they covered for me. But man, had Derrick Henry almost beat me single-handedly. And but I do believe that they'll start. Well, it looks like they started to get their chemistry going with Julio Jones. I think Julio had over 100 yards. Almost had a TD, but it got called off. I think it was bogus. I think he got both feet down. But they said if you toe tap and one of your foot if your foot comes down in bounds, the whole foot has to be in bounds. Even though he toe tapped, his left foot came down and the heel of his left foot was slightly out of bounds. I think that was bogus to me. But hey, I'm not a referee. I'm not an NFL referee. That's why I'm on this side of the camera. And this is just my opinion. But I felt like that should have been a tug. Should have been a touchdown for me. I'm interested to see who they double more, because I think in the Seattle game they doubled A.J. Brown a lot more than they did Julio. That's why Julio was so wide open. And I haven't watched any film, but that's what I just see when watching the game. I might go back and watch some film, the all 22 on some things, but then I might not. but I really do believe that it's going to be interesting to, as it goes forward, who defenses will double more, whether it's Julio or AJ Brown, because the thing is, you got to pick one. Because the thing is, and you got to stay honest, because the thing is, Derrick Henry going to run down your throat, and then if y'all covering that, one of the two, Julio or AJ, going to burn you. So it's going to be interesting. I just think the first game, I'm not going to say that Arizona was a fluke, and I'm not going to say that Tennessee was a fluke. However, what I will say, it was just Arizona's day. Just Arizona's day that day. But I do think that Tennessee will have a good season, and we'll see how it goes from there. Now we are going to kind of talk about the Seattle Seahawks kind of, screwing themselves over. I don't know how or why. I don't know if it was tackling issues. I don't know if it was bad play calls. But after they scored 30, it's like they couldn't score anymore. And credit Tennessee. Tennessee might have game planned that. I don't know. They might have did some adjustments at a certain time. Maybe the coach seen some things to where they was like, well, we're not going to run that. We'll just run this, and we'll do this defensive scheme and things of that nature, and then to stop them. So, but Seattle, you need to get your stuff together, because that should never happen. If you score 30 points, you shouldn't be losing. That's just the truth. You shouldn't be losing the game. You really shouldn't. But hey, who are me, I guess. We're going to talk about the Cowboys last, because I'm a homer. But, that's it. That is what it is. But I'm thinking about another game. Oh, the Ravens and the Chiefs game was an amazing game. It was great. I think the confidence that Harbaugh having Jackson is great. Because Harbaugh could have really just punted the ball and gave it to he could have trusted his defense more than he trusted Jackson. And I think that would have been a grave mistake if he had did that. I think Lamar Jackson as a player is like an enigma, because you can't stop him, but you also can't understand him. But he has to beat himself. Sometimes it's a notion out there that he can't throw. I do not want to subscribe to that notion, because I've seen him throw. I just feel like he plays to his strengths. I believe he can throw. I feel like that's not his strength. That is a part of his weakness, but I don't think that is a weakness, if that makes sense to you guys. And if it don't, you can agree to disagree. That's fine. This is what this is here for. But ain't nobody on here with me right now, so this is my opinion. So it is what it is. But I feel like he plays to his strengths, and his strength is his legs, and he's been doing it since, well, apparently high school, because he had some viral videos. And then, of course, when he was in Louisville, he was a monster with his legs. Did people dirty, and now he's in the NFL doing people dirty, grown men dirty with his legs as well. So it's kind of befitting that when Harbaugh asked him, "Do you want to go for it?" Of course, he's a competitor. Of course, he's gonna want to go for it. I mean, who wouldn't? Don't ask me. You better tell me you don't want me to go for it, because if you ask me, do I want to go for it? Absolutely want to go for it. Come on. What are we even saying here? So, but I do believe that, that was because a lot of people tend to think that Lamar Jackson is some bum if you take his legs away. That may be true, but I don't think that's the whole truth. I just think that's his strength. It's his legs, and I think he's getting better with throwing the ball as well, because he has some nice passes. But he's innovative too. I don't know if y'all seen the jump pass he got to Hollywood Brown. That was beautiful to me, actually. It was funny but beautiful to me. So I think they'll be fine. The defense is gonna be fine. I think they'll be good to go. The Raiders are nice, but the Raiders are the Raiders. And if anybody in sports know what that means, y'all know what that means. I don't have to explain that. Derek Carr is a good quarterback. He's a viable quarterback. If you need a quarterback in a pinch, I believe Derek Carr can get you to where you need to go. Is he a championship quarterback? I don't know. That is the question that is still unanswered. And the answer is very well desired, so we can see, where everybody is. But I don't know if he's a championship quarterback. However, with Waller is, I don't even count Waller as a tight end. Waller is a wide receiver that blocks sometimes. And Henry Ruggs, I seen Henry Ruggs burn 3 people. Henry Ruggs can run. He had, I think Derek Carr did I think it was a 70-yard pass, or a TD actually, but Henry Ruggs just got behind people and just floated under the ball, and the ball was literally in the basket, But yeah, I think the Raiders are gonna be nice. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll make it out the first round. I could be wrong. Davian Jackson could be wrong. However, this is my opinion. Nobody else is on here to debate me. So, hey, gotta listen to what I say. I do believe that Aaron Rodgers had a bad game the first game. Do I think he's trying to tank? No. I don't think he is. Because Aaron Rodgers usually have the first bad game. Well, the first game is bad game. But he always pop back. Granted, it was against Detroit, and we know Detroit ain't all of that. But hey, but at the same time, I think sometimes you have to have a spark. And when you have a spark, you just you start rolling. So I believe that he'll get on the road and he'll be fine. I think looking at their schedule, he'll be just fine. I think Green Bay Packers, they're always a playoff team, so I really think they'll make it far enough. Now to the Saints. Woo! The Jameis Winston we know is back and alive and well. Man, it was so beautiful to watch Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints lose. Oh, just perfect. They blew out the Green Bay Packers the week before, and then I think they got blown out. Well, let me see this actual score because I don't want to be lying. Right now they're standing third in the NFC South. Let's see here. More games. Yeah, got blown out. I was right. I just didn't want to overstep and act like I didn't know. So they beat the Packers, and I refused to talk about it because I felt it was a fluke, and I think I was right. So they blew out the Packers, which was, granted, I do think Aaron Rodgers had a bad game, and the Saints, they deserve to win. Nobody's really seen Jameis Winston throw in a while, truthfully. So they ain't got no tendencies or no film on him in the Saints system. So that could have been the problem with Green Bay defense. Even though I do think Green Bay defense is very, 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 very shaky. It's neither here nor there, right? But the Panthers got him. Woo! Panthers whooped the Saints, and I loved every second of it. Just loved every doggone second of it. The reason why I go so hard on the Saints is because I have a lot of close friends that are Saints fans. My sister-in-law, my best friend, my childhood friend, my best friend's sister, like church folk that I be knowing. I don't know. I don't know. But I know a lot of Saints fans as well as Philly fans, and we're gonna get to y'all second. But I just know a lot of Saints fans, and Saints and Philly fans talk the most trash, and I just don't get it. But December 2nd, New Orleans, we're gonna see y'all. Trust and believe it. We gonna see y'all. You understand what I'm talking about? We gonna see y'all on December the 2nd. You understand that? That's all I want to say. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name, cause we them boys. That's all I want to say. I'm gonna leave that alone right now. Put some respect on it. December 2nd. Y'all better be ready. Hopefully we ready too. And Philadelphia, boy. I would have thought y'all was Super Bowl champs again after winning the first week. I would have thought y'all had the banner raising last week. I thought y'all would have had. I thought y'all had the Super Bowl champs last week, because according to y'all did the thing against Atlanta Falcons. Against Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts, because they ain't really got no receiver. Well, Calvin really ain't. They ain't got no defense. They ain't got Atlanta. Wow, I don't know. But y'all went against a real team, against the 49ers, and lost. And in garbage time, touchdown 11. Okay, y'all almost didn't get that. Now, I'm gonna be very objective here. I actually like Jalen Hurts. I do. Jalen Hurts is not a bad quarterback to me. He's a decent quarterback. I think he still have a lot of room to grow. He's very athletic, so he can do some things with his feet and his legs that some quarterbacks can't do. I do believe that he can throw. But let's face it, Philly suck. We gonna see y'all, Philly. Y'all coming to our crib this Monday, man. Hey, I'm telling you, y'all better bring it too, because the thing is, I got a young bull named Michael Parsons talking about, I have a hit list, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Terminator. I'm a every down player if I need to be. Michael Parsons already looking for it. Michael Parsons saying he ain't scared. Michael Parsons saying he ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? Then we still got Mari Cooper. We still got CD Lamb. We still got Cedric Wilson. Oh, did I forget Zeke Elliott? Oh, with the tandem with Tony Pollard. And also Dak for president. What are we even talking about? And we get Randy Gregory back. Come on now. Come on. With Diggs over there, he a turnover monster. Curse back there. KZ. You know what I'm talking about? And the only thing we got Keanu Neal. He's going to be out. He's on the COVID list. DeMarcus Lawrence still out. But I'm not too mad about the Keanu Neal. Although I wish he would still be here. But I think we're going to see a Jabril Cox sighting. And I am very, 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 very excited to see Jabril Cox lay some wood, man. Like, I really think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a back and forth game, if I'm being honest. It's going to come down to turnovers. Whoever can get the most turnovers, I think, will win the game on Monday. Of course, I'm talking junk, you know what I'm saying, because my Philly people, if y'all listen to me, because that's what we do. But being objective, I think it is going to be a good game. I do think it's going to be back and forth. I do think the game is going to come down to turnovers and capitalizing on turnovers, because you can also get turnovers, but if you don't capitalize on turnovers, then what was it all for, right? But I don't want to dog Philly due to the fact that they are a solid team, but I just don't. Right now, I think they're in a rebuilding stage because their secondary is trash. Their front four is good with the defense. And right now we're without Lyle Collins. He's still appealing his 5-game suspension, but I don't think it's going to really work. If Terrence Steele can give us what he gave us last week, I think we'll be fine. If Dak get the ball out of his hands a little faster like he did last week, get some chips from Zeke on the end of the right end. You get Dalton Schultz over there, blocking some things, and Terrence Steele not just being terrible. I think we'll be fine. I think Dak will have a pretty good game. I'm gonna say Dak will have a 2-touchdown game, and we'll have a touchdown from Zeke or Tony, or both. But I think Dak has 2. I think Zeke or Tony has at least 1, and we'll get probably 1 turnover from the defense and try to capitalize on that, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal with Greg the leg. So hopefully I'm right. But I do think it's going to be a great game. I really do. And I'm excited to see what it's like at the end of the season, because we have a 17-game season this year. Is it 17 or 16? I think it's 17. Hold on. Let me double check. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I was right. I just had to double check because, sometimes I do. But 17-game season this year, so I'm interested to see where everybody is at that time with, COVID and injury lists and things of that nature, because it's really going to boil down to who's healthy at the end of the season. That's what it really boils down to. Who's healthy at the end of the season going into playoffs. Because let me tell you something, it's anybody's game right now. Of course, it's week 2. We're going into week 3, so I do believe that Cowboys will be a playoff team. Hopefully we can get over the hump, but only time will tell. Only non-injuries will tell. So hopefully we can, cross that threshold this season and be a real contender. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that's it for me today. I think I hit a good mark by myself. I hit 30 minutes. This is going to be a shorter episode. But hey, I'm by myself. Again, if you want to be on the show, hit me up on either Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Davian Jackson, YouTube under this video. Let me know. You can be on this. We could talk. If you disagree if you disagree with anything I say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it on this platform and have fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun talking about sports. I never want to make this into a quote-unquote job, because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking sports. And yes, I am a Maverick fan. I'm an avid Cowboys fan, avid Maverick fan. I'm an avid LeBron fan. But the thing is, I don't just have to talk about those things. We can talk about everything. If you want to talk about golf, if you want to talk about hockey, if you want to do anything of that nature, baseball, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm here. I just talk about the things that I'm very, very passionate about, due to the fact that that's what I do. But if you want to talk about baseball, I watch that too. If you want to talk hockey, I can watch. I watch hockey. You know, the only one I probably want to talk to is golf. I don't really mess with golf like that. But anything else, just hit me up. Just hit me up. So again, thank you for watching this episode. I'm by myself. I am Theater Prince. TheaTrePrince. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook is Davian Jackson, Davian Jackson. And then follow the page, the Nosebleeds Podcast. Like and subscribe and comment on this page. And we're going to see you next week. Peace!